We're back on the Rock Sound podcast, joined now by the always excellent Palaye Royale. How are you, boys?
We're doing fantastic.
Good stuff. Glad to hear it. So there's a little game we've been playing with everyone on the podcast recently. It's called First Time, Last Time. Very, very simple. I put out a situation. You tell me the first time that happened and the last time or the most recent time that it also happened. So let's start easy with a music one. The first album you ever bought and the most recent album you bought.
Ooh, okay. First album I ever bought. Technically, my mom bought it for me, but it was a Hanson album.
Oh yeah, little compilation, little pop compilation.
Rock My World.
Nice.
Rock My World. And then most recent album I bought, I think probably Little Peep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good record. Very
Yeah.
good record.
Fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, guys.
My first album, I think I bought by myself. I remember going to Best Buy and I remember buying that Linkin Park album, the Meteor record.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
I listened to that with you.
I remember. Yeah.
You're like, you can't listen to it. This is my CD. And then I like
that was
listened to the door.
my mom had all the cool music, and we never wanted to say like, oh, your music's cool, but of course all our influences are the records my mom had.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. But the last one I bought was the new Arctic Monkeys record.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's phenomenal.
It's
I think
cool,
it's
right?
so cool. The pianos and no guitars for a record. It's like.
got
There's like
vibe.
barely any drums on it, right?
Yeah, he recorded everything by himself and told the band basically to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically
Pretty
what
much.
happened.
It's got a whole vibe to it.
First album that like changed my life was Jet, Get Born.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like the reason I drum is because
There we
that guy. And fun fact, I want to say it so bad. Okay.
Say it,
And then I don't buy music really, so.
What's the last one you kind of streamed or edited? You picked up any records recently?
Classical record in Paris.
Yeah, that. Oh, I mean, I love Edith Piaf.
Caretaker.
but,
Caretaker, you bought that record, right?
Yeah,
Caretaker.
I guess so. Yeah, there's this this guy named The Caretaker.
Oh.
He goes under that name, and he uses samples from the 1920s, like
Oh, nice.
opera songs and stuff, and then he puts it into his own format.
Wow.
I really like music like that. Modern bands, I'm not really too into.
Oh, fair play. That's interesting choices, though. That's very, very cool. All right, let's do first gig, most recent gig, and not your own.
Okay.
First gig was
Probably Palaye Royale. No. First gig I ever went to, God, I'm gonna sound like the biggest fucking Hanson nerd. Was Hanson? I promise.
Yes.
I wasn't like that. I mean, fuck. Who? I loved Hanson.
There's no shame in
No,
that.
no shame.
Yeah,
Most
that's it.
recent-
Bring it out for the gig later. Yeah,
Most
yeah.
recent show I've been to is the Pixies. And it was the fucking best show I've ever been to.
Man.
Because I never saw the Pixies before, and I'm like, oh, our friends in Eagles of Death Metal were playing. They'll come out, and I was like, yeah, I'm like, the last thing I kind of want to do, like when I'm on like off tours, like go see a show. But I'm like, I fucking love the Pixies.
Yeah.
My mind was blown. It was the fucking greatest concert.
They're so good live. They're
Yeah.
really fun live, man. Awesome.
We all saw Hanson. That was our first visit, being brothers.
Nice.
But the first real concert that I was like, oh my god, it was our mom brought us to the Black Crowes.
Oh, wow.
And that was like, when you watched how good and cool they were, you're just like, you can do this.
Yeah.
And they're not crazy on stage, but just how they are as musicians is
They're
just
really tight as a band, aren't they? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And then last show I went to, I believe was Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Oh, cool.
I think that was the last one. It was that one or Richard Ashcroft.
Nice. God, such a good mix, this. Right, okay.
Yeah, the first one, I think it was the Black Crowes, like
Right.
really like changed my life. That was like the concert I went to. That was like a big eye opener
Yeah.
of like what you can do with music, which was really cool. I think the most exciting recent concert I've been to, I don't really go to concerts unless it's kind of my own, but we were on tour with Stone Sour. Corey Taylor brought us out.
Wow.
And
That was a fucking
seeing
great concert.
seeing Stone Sour is like, they're a fantastic band.
Yeah, they're amazing,
But there was this opening band called 68. It's just a two-piece.
Wow.
They're like one of the greatest fucking bands I've ever seen in my life.
the White Stripes, but like
Just without a chorus.
A bunch of speed and be like, go for it.
It's like falling down a stairs musically. It's
Wow.
fantastic. Yeah.
That is the greatest description of a band. I love that. That's really cool. Boys, it's always great to see you, Palaye Royale. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.